it brings on. It reminds me of a podcast I listened to. It was talking about masculinity and how men, well, in the olden days, men and pretty much today, we all go through a lot of struggle. Men specifically, we go through a
100%.
lot of struggle, and that's just the way of life. And I think the Buddha says this as well. The only certainty in life is suffering and pain, but it's how you deal and channel that struggle and that pain
Facts.
into something that can be worthwhile.
Someone said to me that
and it's through your music that you're channeling
I'm
this.
channeling everything, bro. And someone said to me is like, when you get that, when these things happen to you, like these kind of events in life, it's like an energy, bro. You can use this. How you have so much power. You have so much power with the universe, like some kind of connection to the universe and where you're going. You can now use this and put it towards your journey and actually. Bro, you've took like, it's like an orb. I see it as an orb. My witch aunt, hella spiritual. I'm telling you, weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, she told me, like, she kind of said it in a way that anything you experience bad in life, still live.
Yeah, very good.
Alright, we'll cut that. Fuck. Anything that you experience in life, like that, it's like an orb. You collect it, and it's like it's surrounded your aura now. You know, robbery, boom. Getting hit by a car, boom. All these things, like, they're just part of now your legacy, and you gotta use this. These orbs will carry you through life. I swear done.
You have control, and you control how these events change you.
Yeah.
And it's what you do after these events to build yourself to a place where you can deal with so much.
Yeah.
And deal with this pain and struggling and create something magical.
Yeah, man. Exactly. Like, that's the beauty of it, and especially like you listen to some of the. I never used to like sad music. I still don't like it too much because I hear
music.
Sad music. Like,
okay,
like,
yeah.
not sad, but like hella emo, more like suicidal music. Like,
Yeah.
I can feel vibrations. So when a song isn't high vibration, I know. I'm like, bro. I say to my homies all the time. I was like, be careful that low vibration music. I don't listen to that stuff. It'll bring you down. But but if you see the artistic way, like one of my favorite artists is Juice WRLD. You watch.
I love Juice WRLD.
You know Juice WRLD.
Yeah, of course, I love Juice WRLD.
999. But if you listen to some of the things he says and the way he like adds his own struggles, paying all that into music, and it's like, even though it's like depressing, it's like it's art. It's so art. It's like what he's writing about exactly how I'm feeling, and he's explaining it in a way that I couldn't even explain. Like, it's like literally art, bro.
And as you said at the very beginning, it's an introduction into their perception and their ways of living and dealing. And I think masculinity nowadays, talking about how we deal with our struggles and express that struggles, needs to be re-emphasized at least.
100%. Yeah.
And I think, I mean, because it is true to some extent that men have trouble expressing what we're feeling out of fear of shame or whatever.
Yeah, I think also like the psychology of that as well. Like, we're men, we're our entire life we're looking up to people who are above us, and we're like, oh, he's a man. If he cries, it's like a sign of weakness. Like,
Exactly.
I can't do that. But wait, I just experienced the maddest thing in my life. I want to cry. I can't cry. You know what I mean? It's things like that.
It's
like,
yeah.
I know exactly what you mean, bro. And I feel, what do you think we can, like, as a society, can be changed to make men more like
more expressive? I think
without it being like they're like embarrassed by it, you know?
I think it starts off with just having these conversations and having that person you trust.
Yeah.
And just emphasizing that, yo, whatever you go through, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
here to talk to you.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
here to support you. And I think a lot of people have a little bit of an issue with accepting the fact that people want to support you.
Yeah.
People want to build you up, want to see you succeed, right? I think having these conversations very young and saying, yo, a man, you're going to go through this. As a man, as a person, you're going to go through struggle. You're going to go through pain. But it's just how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it. We'll help you.
One thing I've learned from that, you're saying that, reminds me of some of the things I've experienced. I've seen it. I've met a bunch of people in my life. People who are rich. I've sat at a family worth 3 million. I've sat at dinner with some people from the Saud family. You know what I mean? I've been on the streets eating with a homeless guy, sharing leftover McDonald's. You know, I've been through it in life. And one thing I can say is, genuinely, bro, when it comes to different people, like, no matter where you are, material wise, no matter where you are emotionally, like, everyone's different. Even if I was going through a mad thing, and you're like, oh, but you only there isn't. Oh, like, you're going through that. It's like, oh wait, I'm not you. I can't even understand it. But you know what? I am genuinely on the same team as you. We're playing the same game. We're gonna like take over the world. Like, it's fine. You got this. That's the kind of energy that I want to see the youth, especially and especially like coming to secondary school, like year 7, year 8. That when you go into like almost like young adulthood, literally. Like, I think that needs to be.
It's a big change. It's
100%.
a big change going from your life being regimented from the daily when you're going to school and all that, and then coming to uni. When you have so much, you have freedom,
so
but
much.
Sometimes freedom it's either liberating or it's destructive.
Especially coming to uni, if it's the first time you've ever like been out of a home with where your parents and your family have been there for you, and suddenly you're now looking at your university dorm walls like, oh, what am I doing here? Where am I going? Oh shit, is this even for me? Oh wait, am I doing enough? Is my social life? You know exactly what I mean.
It's all these anxieties just building up when.
I think that's why it's so important. Like even just going to the gym and getting in the gym like a couple of times a day.
Daily regimen, daily habits. I think
habits. Yeah.
I think
Ed Sheeran wrote a banger song about that, called "Bad Habits," and the song
Bad Habits.
People have heard the melody of it, but the song's about like him saying like all these bad things in life that are habitual are because like one bad habit, or you didn't get into a good habit of doing something, like a good routine.
Definitely, and I think. That reminds me of a book I read called 12 Rules for Life, Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, bro, that's a banging book.
He talks, one of the rules he says is make your bed every morning. And I think it's so powerful. It's so simple yet powerful. It's simple that, okay, you wake up in the morning, first thing you do, make your bed. You're preparing your room for the day, and you can't, and he also goes on to say that you can't change the world without your room being clean first.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the world's a big place to change, you know?
It's fact. And even myself, whenever I'd be going through a hard time a bit younger, like when I was a bit younger, I would say like 10, 11, 12. Whenever I was like in a mad time in my life thinking, the first thing I'd do is clean my room. I know if I start in my room, my environment, my space, I can do what I can to the world to now start changing things, making it a better place.
So what are your like daily habits?
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Bro, I'll be writing music like 16 hours a day. I wake up in it. I'll be listening to music. My earphones are on in it like all the time. I'm writing bars. The thing is, I'm a really good freestyler. So a lot of the time, even if I'm hearing like songs that are like actual production songs and they're out live, I'll be spitting over there. You know what I'm saying? Music's everything to me. I smoke a bit of marijuana. It's illegal in this country. I don't know if I can say this on the podcast without getting, but whatever.
We don't legally condone.
Okay. Legal. In Malta, it's legal. So what I do at the end of the day, I think I don't drink as much as I used to when I was maybe like 16. But like in Malta, the habits I'd be literally. I love sitting by the beach. I love sitting, just doing like human things, like not society things, human things, bro. Like seeing the world. I'm such like an old soul for that, bro. Like people think I'm crazy. I swear.
I don't have a girlfriend. I feel it.
But I know you feel it. That's why I fuck you so much. But the thing is, bro, I feel like I'm the craziest person in the world sometimes because I literally be doing like the most. I'll be writing poems. I'll show you my journal after you see my journal. You'll be like, what the hell was it like? But like these are the things in my life. There's nothing. If I step away from my path and my journey, for a second, I know. Like I have intuition. I'm like, I know.
This is wrong.
This is wrong. I shouldn't be doing this. It's a bad habit. If I'm smoking a cigarette when I'm at a party socially, I know that I shouldn't be smoking a cigarette. You know what I mean? Things like that.